actually attempting to create a very unique yet stylish Portuguese inspired fish in lemon caper sauce. Unique flavors coming together with the hint of saltfish right into the mix. Twisted, paired along with some grilled Parmesan Zucchini Salad, and not forgetting my favorite mango thrown right into the mix. Let's get to creating it. Out here we are making gourmet cooking really simple, really easy. Walk with us on this journey, but don't forget to subscribe and hit on the bell icon for many more of these. To start off, for the baked zucchini Parmesan salad, I've got about 100 grams of grated Parmesan cheese. Just putting it into a bowl. And the salad is really so very simple, but the flavors are so sharp and intense. So half a teaspoon of salt going into the mix, along with half a teaspoon of black pepper powder, a teaspoon of dried oregano flakes, 4 cloves of garlic finely minced going in, and you just toss this entire mix well together. While I did take 2 large zucchinis, cut it into half and then quartered them lengthwise, giving you these long zucchini sticks, I'm just going to drizzle some rosemary scented olive oil on it, a fine drizzle just to enable it to scent and also aid in the Parmesan cheese sticking on the zucchini. So put this on top, a fine drizzle, and finally with your hand, all you need to do is sprinkle this heavenly bliss right on top. Allow it to stick on it, drip on the side, because it's just going to get a very, very gooey mass, but perfect. While technically you can put everything into a bowl and toss it, but the purpose is to get little specks of the zucchini shining through. So this goes into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for just about 30 minutes till they get that gorgeous golden brown. With the Parmesan zucchini baking in the oven, now comes the part of just heating everything up. So I've got nearly 20 to 25 mils of rosemary scented olive oil into a pan, cast iron preferably, and into that goes a blob of butter, nearly 30 grams, and just allow it to melt and get nice and foamy. While the butter melts, out here I've got 500 grams of red snapper fillet or tamuso fillet, and what we've done is we've wiped it dry with paper towel because we are going to have it nicely drenched in some seasoned flour. So you take about 100 grams of refined flour. To that you put a teaspoon of salt and pepper to suit your fancy. Put it into a plate, and this enables you to get to coating the fish perfectly well. Drenching fish fillets in seasoned flour is really simple. Use one hand to dust it. Make sure it's got a fine mist all around. Take it in between your 2 hands. Press it so that it has the perfect coating and set it on the side. Such a simple way of doing this. Slightly messy, but the joys of cooking, right? Need to have that little bit of mess into it. While you do see the lovely foam right on top and specks of the same, it's time now to take these flour drenched fillets and drop them in. Cook it on high temperature so that they grill to perfection. Turn only once, so a minute on each side based on the thickness of the fillets. Put them all in. Allow them to get those gorgeous golden brown marks on it. While half kg does give you 8 perfect fillets, small bits that are on the side are a perfect cook's treat for me. I always believe cooking fish to be a family favorite where you cook it to the level that the family enjoys it the most. So if you like it nice and golden brown, go right ahead. If you like it to have subtle specks, just a minute on each side, be as liberated as possible. So I'm just going to turn these fillets now for another minute on the other side and allow it to rest. But the beauty of this entire creation is coming up in that gorgeous bursting with flavor sauce. While these fillets are done, I'm just going to pick them out. Careful so that you don't break them. That's the beauty about the freshest of fish. Flakes so easily. Rest them on the side and get to creating that gorgeous, gorgeous sauce that I've been raving about. Into that same pan, you can start by deglazing it with 2 green chilies finely minced, along with half an inch of ginger, 6 cloves of garlic finely minced, and just go about sauteing this till it gets nice and caramelized brown. Now the flavor in this sauce comes from that browned flour that has stuck at the bottom of your pan. So scrape it away and allow it to merge with the ginger, garlic and the green chili. Once that's done, take 1 large red onion finely chopped and just put it in, and this aids in the overall deglazing of the pan. At this stage, it's advisable to add another 20 grams to 30 grams of salted yellow butter in, just to aid in the overall creation. And butter always makes everything more comforting and, more importantly, more happy. Technically, you can take some anchovies, puree it into a paste and put that in, preferably canned, most definitely not fresh. But what I've done is I've taken some dried tuna flakes, regenerated it in some hot water and just blitzed it in my food processor, and that's going to add all the flavor into this creation. So allow it to mix and cook, giving it that dark auburn color, but at the same time scenting the entire creation with the windiness of sea breeze that Portugal brings. While I did say I'm getting experimentative out here, and with the perfect umami feel of all flavors wafting through my kitchen, in goes a splash, nearly 25 to 30 mils. Go a little overboard of some dry white wine. Now, if you do not want to use dry white wine, just use some apple cider vinegar, diluted it with a little bit of water and create the same result. As this starts to simmer away, in goes the juice of 1 lime, just allowing everything to mix in perfect harmony. A fine sprinkle of some sea salt, but be a little conservative out here because your salted tuna adds its own level of salt to the dish, along with some freshly milled pepper. Now this is where you can go overboard. And finally, before switching off the flame, just add in some capers. I've just eyeballed the entire thing along with the brine, just to add to that briny texture of this entire sauce. While the sauce is ready, and it's a thick, robust sauce, now all you need to do is add the fish back in and just allow it to absorb all the flavor that that sharp and contrary sauce brings. Clumsy me, but nevertheless, a perfect treat. With the flame switched off and it merging with the residual heat, you need to give it a burst of freshness, and that comes together with about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of some freshly shredded cilantro. While the baked zucchini is ready and the Parmesan cheese has just given it that beautiful blanket of goodness, it's time to subtly merge this with ripe mango, bringing out its true essence. I'm just going to place these zucchini sticks right on the base because I don't want to miss out on that Parmesan-y goodness that has formed that perfect shawl or blanket on top. And finally, dunk some mangoes on top. Just allow the mangoes to get that beautiful softness by cooking with its residual heat. And lastly, a fine sprinkle of some cilantro, and you have such a beautiful warm salad ready to be enjoyed. Portuguese styled snapper, or rather Portuguese styled fish in lemon caper sauce, is bursting with flavor, and the salted fish always adds that additional element into the creation. Pair this with zucchini parmesan and a mango salad and you have a decadent bruncheon meal, or like us, any day meal to enjoy. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button. Stay safe, stay blessed, and more importantly, don't forget to subscribe.